Hello and welcome back to StudentBlue.com.
So actually we're going to learn about vectors. Okay, so what is a vector? Vector are dynamic arrays. Arrays once created, you cannot add or remove elements, but vector allows you to add or remove elements at runtime. You can create vectors by importing java.util.vector class and create an object from vector class. You can create a vector object with n number of elements, then add or remove elements onward, right? So just like array list and linked list, vector is also a dynamic array. You can add or remove elements at runtime. So compared to the array list, right, you do java.util.arraylist, java.util linked list, you actually import java.util.vector. Second example in here. So here I created vector equal vector1 equal new vector, right? So in here I'm adding 10, 20, 35. Then I'm actually getting the vector in here. Okay, so when I do this, I get vector1 equal 10, 30, and 25. And I do vector size equal string.value of vector1.size. It gives me 3. Then I do vector1 after I remove at index 1, I get 10, 25, and the size is 2. Okay, same thing with the vector2, new vector. So I can actually also create a vector with saying, okay, I want the vector with this size too. Then you can add, let's say I had 30 and 40, but I added another one, 25, right? Now vector 2 is size 3, right? And vector 2 size is 3. As you can see here, vector is 30, 40, 25, and I remove at index 0, so now I only have 40 and 25. Vector size is 2. So your question might be, okay, it looks similar to array list and linked list, so when should I use vector? Right? Like, why would I use array list and linked list? Normally you use array list and linked list like when you wanted to tell the other users or programmers to say, okay, I'm going to create a list, I only want a string in this list, or I want only the integer in this list. Right? You explicitly tell the other programmers or the users to add only the definite data type, right? So in that case, you would need to use the array list or linked list. Otherwise, you could also use vector as well, right? So vector, if you do not explicitly say, okay, I want this, you can add vectors as well. So now, let's go to our IntelliJ in here, and I'm actually going to do vector example. So in here, I'm actually going to do public static void main string args. So now in here, I'm going to create a vector 1. So I'm going to do the vector class, right? So I'm going to do vector 1 equal new vector, just like that, right? And it's saying that, okay, Java doesn't recognize vectors, so I need to import the package. So I'm going to do java.util.vector. Oops, V should be caps. So I'm going to do vector1.add. Let's add here 20. Vector1.add. Alright, vector1.add false. Okay, so I'm going to print out the vector 1 here. Alright, so if I do this, I should be getting 20, string 2, and false, which I did there. And I can also print out the length. Alright, so with that, and also let's remove the item 0 and do this, and let's run it. I should be getting, so I got first 20, string 2, and false, right? So here 20, string 2, and false, so I get the size, which is 3, then I removed index 0, so now 20 is gone. So now when I print it out, I get string 2 and false, and the vector size is 2. You can also create a vector with the size initialized. So here I'm going to say 2, right? So here I'm saying initial capacity is 2, right? But I can add more elements in here, right? So let's say string 3, let's make it 30 and true. Okay, so I'm actually going to do 2, 2, 2, and 2, 2, 2, 2. And also let's make this 2 and run this. So now with this vector 2 in here, right? So I got 30 string 3 and true. It's printed here. Then I printed the size, it's 3. Then I remove index 0, it's 30 is gone, so I got string 3 and true. Then I only have 2. That's how you can actually create a vector in Java. Like I said again, you can use vector, array list, or linked list, right? Because they all actually implement the list interface, right? It's up to you to use whatever you want. But if you want to actually implicitly or explicitly say, okay, I want this list to contain only a string or integer, you can actually use the generic array list or generic linked list. Array list is a lot faster than linked list, so the most suitable option for generic is the array list. So that's it for this lecture, guys. I will see you guys in our next lecture.